Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. We're looking at October 2nd. Big move lower yesterday. Big move lower. All right. Fueled by Iran, however you want to say it, and Israel. All right. Fueled by that. And we left ultimate balance yesterday. All right. We left ultimate balance. And semis and tech led the way lower yesterday. Okay. Even healthcare was weak. So we'll go over some macro chart later. And the Nasdaq actually put a bear put spread on in the Nasdaq. I mean QQQ. So we'll see. I know I put a spread on, so my risk is controlled. I know we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment on Friday, um, but I don't know. I just the cues are just showing me that there might be time to de-risk, but who knows? I could be wrong. I mean, wrong many times, so we have to see. All right, all right. Let's get into this. Welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile and market profile to find structure in the markets, along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. That's my edge. That's how I look at the market. All right. That's how I look at the market and find structure and then base trades on it. Okay. Hopefully, this is you joining me for the first time, and welcome. All right. Now, every day, now the last 2 days have been 8 a.m., but normally every day at 8:10 a.m., I go over what's going on in the markets. What happened yesterday, right? What's happening this morning, leaders, laggards. All right. We go over some upgrades, downgrades. We go over the news. We go over the economic calendar. We go over some daily charts. And then usually the main event is at 8:30 a.m. And I go over the Nasdaq and the ES futures and I do analysis. That's where we do the long and short trade scenarios. Okay, and then of course when the market opens, that's data I don't have. And then you can always check out my YouTube shorts and my TikTok and check out my day trades. Okay, there you go. All right, so have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea, sit back, let me recap it. All right, let me recap it for you. All right, subscribe, set an alert if you enjoy my content. I think Pancake might. Give me a thumbs up, smash that like button. All right, you can follow me on X as well at Gonzo719. Like I said, I just posted a new day trade video of my window dressing slash end of quarter trade in the SPY on my YouTube shorts. I got flagged on TikTok. I'm appealing. It's so crazy because I use the same music, so they won't upload it, so it's a pain in the butt. So I'm appealing that. But check out my YouTube short. All right, and you can go there, Gonzo719 Trader. Okay, I had another trade yesterday, a short that was pretty nice. I will be doing most likely a video of that today, dropping that later. Okay, that was a nice trade. Okay, all right. Why don't we get right into the futures? All right, let's do that together. Boom. All right. Let's see who's leading here. No surprise. No surprise. Crude, right? No surprise at all in crude. All right. Now, yesterday, I saw that news. I went long. And then I adjusted my stop to break even because I just was like, you know what? Let it take me out. If it doesn't, I think we go higher, at least to 72. And what do you know? It nipped me, my break even, and then went. And I was like, really? I mean, that's trading, but that's what happened. It went almost all the way to 72. Right now it's at 72. It pulled back, and I almost went long. Um, right after the close around 2:30, I was like, oh my God, right there's a probably, and then of course I'm getting up and it's up. But that's just how trading is, right? Can't do anything about that. But we're up 3.16%. Okay. Now, the VIX, that VIX, we are at almost a 20 VIX, folks. Fear's back. Okay, fear's creeping back. That 10-year yield did take a big dip yesterday, but now it's going back up. Interesting. Dollar is pushing up 0.65. Nasdaq down 0.11, was down a lot more earlier. Okay. Let's see how it's a Dow down 0.16. Silver's down 0.16. ES down 0.21. 30-year bonds being sold down 0.48. Russell's down 0.69. Gold pulling back a little bit, down 0.84 with dollar strength. Bitcoin can't get a footing. Bitcoin down 1.2. Ether down 1.46. All right, moving on to the Mag 7 Plus. Let's look at this together. Meta is the only leader, and that is not a leader, folks. Only up 0.16. All right, and then we got laggards. We'll talk about the bigger ones here. Berkshire Hathaway down 0.31. Remember, that's the largest holding in financials. Okay. GE, the largest holding in industrial sector, is down 0.34. Nvidia is under 118. Okay. It is showing relative weakness. Same with the semis. Okay. Down 0.34 right now. Tesla's down 0.47. Okay. Discretionary actually has been strong. So if you start getting that pullback, all right. Now Apple down 0.62. Okay. And if you look at Microsoft too, a chart of Microsoft got hammered. All right. Apple, if you look at the daily charts in Apple and Microsoft, they came up to key like downtrend lines and just been not looking nice at all. All right. Coinbase down 1.34% with Bitcoin. Okay. Moving on to the swing trade list. I'm sorry, top sectors first. Now, United Healthcare. Why is that up 2%? Why is that up 2%? They didn't report earnings yet. No. All right, United Healthcare is up 2%. All right. Not sure right now why, but it is. Okay. Now, followed by Exxon, up 1.83% with crude and the Israel and Iran tension. Chevron, I'm a proud holder of Chevron. All right. I've been talking about this energy. Now, even if the war thing didn't happen, there's possible recession. Energy's been weak. CVX Chevron is a good dividend payer. Rates are going to come down. There's a good story, and now you got the catalyst, right? So I'm happy about that. I'm not happy about the obviously Israel and Iran, but Salesforce, I think they got an upgrade today, so that's why they're up 1%. We can go over a little more because I have time today. I mean, I don't want to get too long-winded, but let's see who's lagging here. Visa down 0.22, McDonald's down 0.23, Uber down 0.32, Disney down 0.38. All right, let's look at the swing trade list. And let's see who's leading here. BABA, with that China stimulus, up 3.82. Tandem Diabetes, oh, that just switched. Tandem Diabetes up 3.82. CVS, they're looking at breaking up the company, splitting it. They're looking at a bunch of stuff with CVS. They just laid off a bunch of workers. I was holding that, and I just got sick of it. And of course, now it's moving. But Twilio up 2.78. Devon Energy. Now, here's the energy names, okay? Devon Energy. These are all by 52-week lows. Okay, Devon Energy is up 1.6. Occidental Petroleum, Warren Buffett's favorite energy stock. He owns a lot of it. I think 35%. I wanna, don't quote me on that. Up 1.5, also at 52-week lows. All right. Las Vegas Sands, that's China. Wynn, China, Casino. Hess, Raytheon. Raytheon's a defensive stock. With Middle East, Israel and Iran. Valerio Energy, Lucid got an upgrade, I believe. Cloudflare, all right, that's Lockheed Martin, defensive. When I mean that, like defensive, like war. Okay. Ulta actually got an upgrade too. All right, let's go to the laggards. Woo! Humana. Now Humana, whew, got destroyed a couple times, came back. Now something's in the news with Humana. All right, let's see. Maybe we can get it here. Let's see. Humana stock falls after Medicare Advantage rating suffers cut from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Boom. There you go. Down 21.63%. My Lord. That was up to like, I want to say almost 600 at one point. Now, Nike still not looking good. Even their CFO, I saw a quote, said we're still basically not looking great. Down 7.81%. Lead that's Hog, Harley Davidson down 3.16. Carnival Cruise Lines down 2.11. American Airlines down 1.47. Norwegian Cruise Lines looks like leisure and travel are suffering today. Lululemon down 1.4. That's probably in sympathy with Nike. All right. Mara is Bitcoin related mining. ON down 1.32%. I think that's Dick's Sporting Goods down 1.18. That's retail. PayPal down 1.17. Bitcoin ETF, of course. Crocs retail. I think that's Delta Airlines. So airlines seem to be getting some negativity. Obviously, retail, leisure. That seems like the laggards today. Okay, man, big orders hitting the tape. Big orders hitting the tape. I don't know if they're that's my time in sales. I got alarms going off, so that's large lots being hit. Okay, now moving on to the guts of the markets. And of course, what do we have here? Energy is up 1.56%. 1.56%. Okay? Who's lagging? Who's lagging? Financials down 0.33. Discretionary, that's your Tesla, your Amazon, your Home Depot, and real estate is down 0.45. That doesn't move the markets. Okay? Real estate does not move the markets. So, man, what I'm saying is real estate sector stocks, they don't touch the market. It can go down a ton and you barely will notice it, okay? Because it's based on sector weighting. Okay? It's very important to know that. All right, so where are we going to go now? We're going to go to the economic calendar, all right? It's kind of light today. It's kind of light today, all right? Let's look at it together. All right, so we got ADP employment change at 8:15. That's probably what the large lots were hitting. Let's see what we did here. Well, we're expecting 120. We got more. We got more. Okay. And then we have, never heard of this guy before, Fed Hammock speaking at 9 a.m. All right. We got Fed Muslim at 10:05. These are guys I've never really heard of before. Then we got crude inventories 10:30. Fed Bowman, that was the one dissenter on the last rate cut. I think it's a woman. She wanted only a quarter point. The only dissenter. And then Fed Barkin at 12:15. So obviously algos can kick in with these two. We'll have to see. All right, we have to see. So there's nothing really scaring me here that I can't take a trade early on. So like yesterday, it was 9:45 and 10 a.m. news. All right, let's look at some. What are we going to look at here? Stock news here. Let's look at some stock news. I think we're going to get the Humana thing here. All right, Nike stock fell 6.9 after the U.S. athletic apparel maker withdrew its full-year financial forecast and posted a 10% slump in quarterly revenue. Whew. ExxonMobil and Chevron both rose close to 2% after crude prices soared in the wake of the Iranian missile attack on Israel. All right. Lockheed Martin, of course, stock rose 1% as defense stocks received a boost, of course. Tesla stock fell 0.6 ahead of the EV giant's third quarter deliveries, with Wells Fargo placing the company on its Q4 2024 underweight tactical ideas list, citing concerns about weakening demand and the negative impact of price cuts on its margins. All right. Here's the Harley Davidson news. Stock fell 3.7 after Barr downgraded its stock stance on the motorcycle manufacturer to neutral from outperform, citing a sour feedback from dealers over Q3 trends. Boom. There's some news right there. All right, there's some news right there. Let's see what else we can see here. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to look at, I like this little feature in TOS. Use the news. Pretty cool. We'll just look at that together real quick. All right, we'll just look at it. Let's see, real quick. Let's look at leaders here. I'm only going to go over ones that we talk about here. There's our Exxon Chevron. We already know that. Devon, we already know. All right. Lager. Let's see. We already know about Harley Davidson. Like I said, I'm only going to look at now Google Alphabet. Let's see what they got to say. All right. Wells Fargo adjusts price target on Alphabet to 182 from 190. Okay. Interesting. Let's go downgrade. I noticed what's interesting is Occidental Petroleum have gotten downgrades lately, and it's moving up because of the tension in Israel and Iran. Let's see. We already know about that. Only going to mention stuff that matters. All right. Let's go to initiate coverage. Like I said, only mentioning stocks that I really people know. Upgrades. Let's go. CRM, Salesforce upgrade. So let's see here. Salesforce. Let's see. Northland Securities upgrade Salesforce to outperform from market perform 400 price target. All right, there's your news from Salesforce. All right, now price target only. Let's see here. Let's see. Of course, the energy stocks. But who's lagging here? Nike. We already know. We just saw the Nike. Um, there's Citibank here. J.P. Morgan. Now there's some financial uh, weakness today. Let's see what the weakness is. All right, so just financials are weak, not really showing me why. Market chatter. Let's look at this. CVS. We already know. I just talked about them splitting up the company, laying off workers. And let's see here. Apple. All right, let's look at Apple. All right, here we go. It says Apple to launch new iPhone SE, iPad Air models in early 2025. Okay. I think we're going to leave it there, folks. I think we're going to leave it there. I think that's good. All right. Now we're going to move over to daily charts. Let's do daily charts. Damn, these big orders hitting the tape, boy. All right. Pancake, you still with me? You still with me? Some of the crew. Some of the crew. I think you're representing the crew right now, Pancake, if you're even there. Maybe G-Man's there. Always. Ooh, always. My lord, I liking that. All right. So, let's look at SPY here, right? So, what did SPY... Oh, Rosita's here. All right. So, what did SPY do? Now, if you know my express chart, right there's last week's lows. We breached last week's lows right there. Recovered, right? Recovered. All right, so this was basically a key level, right? So we opened here and just boom, right? But we covered the last week's lows. Where are we now? 567. 567 on the nose. We are right there at the lows. Below last week's lows. Okay, that's bearish structure. Bearish structure. All right. Hey, Pancake, are you in Cali? Wait a minute, 510. Yes, you're on the West Coast. Um, so let's look at this. Live look futures. Live look futures. All right. You can see Pacific Northwest, Oregon. Well, what was that? Washington. Um, never been out there. So look at this resistance here, right there. 58.22. 58.22. Look at that resistance. And then boom, right? And then boom. All right. So as long as we hold, all right, now we got some key levels now. All right, look at this support right here, I would say around 56.77. Okay, 56.77. Now in the ES, we'll get into it later, there is, all right, a pivot point, and I believe it's right here around 57.30. It's a pivot point. Okay, notice support, resistance, resistance. Okay, it's a low volume node. I'll show you guys later. If we take this out, now low volume nodes can get blown through or act as support. Okay, got supported yesterday, but if we revisit this, okay, I think we come down here. Okay, I think we come down to 56, let's call it 56.70. All right, 56.70. All right, let's look at the Qs. All right, so the Qs. Now, I did get short in Qs with option spread, a bear put spread, 478, 477 spread, paid 34 cents to make $1. All right, put a bunch of those spreads on. I like the relative weakness in the Qs. Now look at the Qs. All-time highs 503.52. Look at this rejection right here. Boom. Okay. Now, broke last week's lows, recovered, right? Broke last week's lows and recovered. If you look to the left, where did it hit? It hit this resistance right here. Okay, around 476. Okay. This is not a sign of strength, okay? Not after you go up, break out, fail, come all the way back down. That's why I like the Qs. Okay. Now, where are we at now? We are at 480.13. 480.13. We are right at last week's lows. Right there. It's bearish structure. We just need to keep holding and holding to take this out. If we take this out, we should move to at least the 100-day moving average around 469, 470. Also to 50. Also there's an uptrend line here. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. 100-day, 20-day. This is all a web of moving averages. I expect the market to come into here somewhere. Okay, that's what I expect. Now, I mean, expect if we move down. Of course, we could just jolt up and make me look like a fool. Non-farm payrolls and who knows unemployment, what they could do. Let's look at the live look of futures. Boom. Okay. So remember this level I was talking about. Ooh, we got to break it. Well, we couldn't. We couldn't. Look at that. Boom. All the way down here. So see how we're accepting lower prices. This is bearish. There's last week's lows. You can see prices right here. As long as you keep accepting lower prices, you have a better shot of taking out this level and going down to here. Now that level in the futures is around 195.20. But 197 even at the 100-day moving average is a large high volume node. You can see there's a congestion here. We can make a stop there. Okay, we can make a stop there. Let's moving on. Triple-headed monster. Let's do triple-headed monster. Let's do it. 10-year yield. Now 10-year yield took a dip yesterday, but now it's getting recovered big time. Big time recover. All right, let's look at this. The bond market, remember that's smart money. We're in a range right now. We're in a range, folks. This is the range. We're looking at from 3.7 to about 3.81. That's the range. We're going to break out of it eventually. Okay, we're going to break out of it eventually. What do we do? Right? What do we do? Don't know. But that's your triple-headed monster. I don't know if I put this up yet. I'll put it up again. All right, now we'll go to that. What do we do next? We do our dollar. And the dollar is making a move today. Let's see if it's really making a move or we're in the range. Whoop. It is busting. Well, not really. Let's see here. It is kind of getting out of this range here. But really, this is resistance as well. 101.42. It's hitting it right now. Next move could be to about 101.82. All right, what does that mean? Most likely that means the euro is falling and the yen is falling. Okay? Let's check in with those. Let's look at first the largest weight against the dollar. That's the euro. And we're looking at euro. It is falling euro. That's expected. Let's see that yen. The yen is falling. There's the dollar strength. All right. Dollar strength usually means gold weakness, which is coming to fruition today, not all the time. Okay. Gold is very frothy. Might be due for some kind of a pullback. Let's look at the third head, the VIX. Remember, VIX is 30 days out of fear. 30 days out of fear. That's a month out. Where are we now? We are at 19.53, folks. Fear is back in and rising. What do we have coming up in November? An election. Do we know who's going to be our president? No, we do not. Okay? No, we do not. My theory, okay, is the big money are not buying this market. Why? Because of that election. The way the market's moving, big money's not flowing into the big stocks right now. They're not. Like XLK semis are relatively weak. So those big stocks that move the market are not getting money put into them right now. That's why I'm a little more confident in the election coming. That's why I'm a little more confident that we might de-risk. Okay? So should have some nice movement today. 19.49 VIX. Remember, 16 VIX is a 1% expected move plus or minus in the S&P 500. And 19 will give you more than that. So get ready for some nice moves. All right? All right, let's go. Main event time. Ooh, I'm running late here. 8:37. 8:37, but that's okay. I got nowhere to be. Got nowhere to be. Let's see here. We are going to go right into that main event. And you know what I'm talking about, Pound Cake. All right. Let's do it. Let's analyze. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay. So, let's talk about our market profile and volume profile. Okay. Let's talk about this chart here. Let's get my marker out. And let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So, what do we have here? Price 57.50 right there. Right there. Okay. Now, important to note, a couple things here we're going to talk about. Okay. Look at the profile, all right, of this overnight. Very balanced. Okay, what else do you notice? Here's the most traded price of yesterday. Here's price. So in this little 2-day thing, we're underneath the most traded price of yesterday. Structurally, that's bearish, right? Where's ultimate balance? Overhead now. Bull bear line is above us, right? So now we're in bearish structure. The bears right here have a little leg up because we're accepting lower prices. Now this is what I'm talking about. Forget about price action minute to minute, hour to hour. This is structure. Stronger than that little price action. Okay? So ultimate balance. Remember I said big moves? Boom. There's your move. Now, can we get continuation lower? That's the question. I don't know. Right? And what else has to happen, right? Most traded price of the week is basically 57.90. What does the market have to do? You see this high volume node right here? And the most traded price of yesterday? Well, guess what? That's probably going to move back down here and make that the most traded price. What's that price? Let me see. Around 57.60. That could become the new most traded price of the week. Now, if that happens, that is bearish, okay? That's accepting value lower. If you cannot do that, you're going to go back up, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, look at our inventory, okay? Here's the open. Look at the little bit of long, that little baby bit of long to all short. 100% net short. Now, why does not matter? Because price is here. That was taken care of already. These shorts covered, took profits, whatever, were here. That is not an edge anymore. Okay? If price was down here, that would be. That would be. Okay? Now, so what do we have here? Okay, it's going to be all about overnight session. I'm already seeing it. All about overnight session and the anchored VWAPs. Okay? Now, I want to point out the two anchored VWAPs. I have two. Now remember, we started a new month. So this is the week to date anchored VWAP. That started Sunday night. That's at 57.74. Remember, anchored VWAP, what I love about it is it shows who's in control. When it's red, it's sellers, right? Now, what does that mean? It's the average seller from the beginning of the week and from the beginning of the month. Now, of course, it's October 2nd, but these are very powerful. Okay, so 57.64 is the month to date VWAP. Remember, the week the week started. They're a little different now, just because of the times they started and the month they started, right? Because September 30th was the beginning of this week, right? So the month to date VWAP didn't start till yesterday. That's why they're different. All right, just keep in mind that you take these out, well, we got a different story, but we're below them. Okay, now overnight high, as a poor high here, you see there's a double top here. So what we're going to do here is draw a little box here, all right here. So what does this contain? You got ultimate balance level here, most traded price of the month, 57.78. Okay, you got week to date view up right here, month to date view up right here. You got overnight high in the most traded price of yesterday. I want to see if, as long as price hangs out below this monster ultimate balance, it's all sellers, up to sellers here to defend this. Okay, it's up to sellers to defend this. So this is a weak high. I want to see what happens in here. Okay, now on the other side we have a weak low, 57.35 to 57.33. Right here is a weak low, and it's a demand zone, but that demand zone's been used up. Bulls have to defend this level. They have to defend this level. Now 57.30, 57.33 is what you consider a pivot point, a low volume node. Okay, I'm going to show you really quickly why that is. Let's go right here. This is the ES. See this big divot here, 57.30? That's a low volume node. Now, why is that, right? That's why I love volume profile. Okay, why is that a low volume node? Well, one, these are high volume nodes, the big volumes, right? So whenever you see a low volume node, that means that could be active support or resistance. Now look to the left. It's been support. It's been resistance. Look, resistance, right? So it's a pivot point. They act as support and resistance, but they also get blown right through. So today, if this gets blown right through, we're going to go to this high volume node right here, 56.98. Call it 5700. That would be the next target. I'm hoping that makes sense. Okay, so low volume node right there. High volume node is a magnet. 5700 could be the next target in futures. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, we go back to the main event here, and now we're going to talk about scenarios. All right, let's do it. Pancake, you following me? I hope you are. Okay. Now we're going to go with a bearish case first, just because the structure's favoring the bears. All right. Now, what did I say? So sellers have to defend this area. There's a supply zone here as well. Okay, so all I care about is what we do in this area for selling, for being a bear. So if we come up here, we could definitely do this, struggle with that month-to-date VWAP, roll over, boom, and then what do we have? We now have liquidity here, longs here from these lows, the weak low. So what I want to see is, what do we do if we come back down and test the weak low here? That's that pivot point. That's that low volume node, 57.30. If we take this out, yeah, we're going to 57. But that's what we're doing. And then do we bounce, or do we come through that? And boy, oh boy, I don't know. Okay, I really don't know, but that's what I'm looking for. So anything in here, even if we do this, boop, touch this, maybe even do this, and don't find acceptance back over there, come back in, and then you go lower. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I see happening if it's a short scenario. Now, remember, we always do the reverse, the inverse, basically. Weak low, 57.33, let's call it. Still demand. Bulls, can you defend this area? Can you defend it? Okay. And then you got chop zone here. This is chop zone, folks. Choppy chop. Right? Really hard for the bulls to push through that. Okay. But if they do, that's a big feather in the cap. So what I would like to see, be honest with you. All right. So pop this, break that supply, but then get sellers engaged. We come down here to this weak low. Now this could be the bear trap. We push down into this demand. Now we could either go do a little whoop and recover higher low, higher low. You're going to go and you are going to at least go to here, the most traded price yesterday, and then see if you can work your way up into this chop zone between 57.90 and 57.77. Now, of course, if you do this and hold, oh boy, you could be off to the races. But it's the Bears to lose right now. It's the Bears game to lose right now. Okay? This is bearish, what we're seeing right now. And of course, what's door number 3? We could do this and just hold and hold and hold again. Balance off, create more value down here to go lower. Okay? That is your bull and bear for the ES. All right, let's move over to the NASDAQ. We got a lot of levels to talk about here. Okay? And we are going to go with structure first. Let's look at our rolling profile. Okay, so here we go. Getting a distribution here. And we got values up there still, right? Here's ultimate balance up here. Now notice what I'm saying, folks. Why I chose the QQQ to be bearish. Well, this level, we're way away from ultimate balance in the Qs. Okay? Relatively weak. Way, way, way away. All right? And this was also a high volume node that we are under. So we're under a lot of major levels in the Qs. Okay? There's a lot of volume that's up here, and you just said, boom, we're down here and we're holding. Price is right here. Underneath where? Month-to-date VWAP. Right? Month-to-date VWAP. Where's my week-to-date VWAP here? Where did I not get rid of that something? Can't be the same. You know what? Let's just copy it. Let's just copy that. And let's paste it. And let's see if I didn't have it on my charts. Oh, I didn't. There it is. All right, there you go. That's how you do it in NinjaTrader, folks. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, see our levels, right? Now, the only thing here that I notice, okay, is the most traded price of yesterday. Actually, Nasdaq's above it. Okay, Nasdaq's above that price, but we're below these major levels. Okay, so it's bearish. Now, it looks like we broke this supply. Is that true? Let's break it out. We did right there. Look what we hit. Month-to-date view up. You see that right there? That's why I have them on my chart. So that supply zone has been busted. Okay, that's all right because it hit right to the tick the month-to-date VWAP. Okay, right to the tick. Now, let's look at some levels here. Here's yesterday's highs. yesterday's lows. Now I should have said this in the other one, but the midpoint, you always want to check that midpoint. 242.5 is the midpoint. That's the 50% Fibonacci of yesterday's move. And that is underneath a major level here, right here. Okay, so they want to stay under this high volume node. All right, now let's look at some levels here. Here we go. Now we got a weak low here. Why is this weak? This value area low. Now here's the value area of yesterday's trading. That's 70% of yesterday's trading volume. The meat of the trading volume is here. Okay, and value area low is right there, and it lines up with our overnight low, 198.77. So if this is retested, bulls got to defend it, bears want to break it. Okay, so and on the upside here, overnight high 211 to 242. Sellers got to defend all the way up to here, about 280. So it's kind of looking like, again, overnight high, overnight low is kind of like what you need to really pay attention to. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I think that's all I want to talk about. All right, I think that's all I want to talk about. Now, real quick, we'll talk about structure in the NASDAQ just like we did in the ES right here. Boom. Okay, I want to show you guys how this looks. All right, we'll pick a different color, like maybe this pink. Okay, let's check out the NASDAQ. I want to show you why I'm a fan of the short in the QQQ, aka NASDAQ futures. Look at this high volume node. We just were here. Price went up here and could not establish value above here. Now we are below here. Look at this pocket. Remember, like the ES has a bunch of high volume nodes, right? Well, the NASDAQ really doesn't. The next one is really only to here, and that's 190.70. Okay, right? See this little in the monthlies here? That could be the next stop. If that does not hold, look at this monster high volume node here. That's the most traded price of this year and the most traded price of the rolling year. What is that price? 187.79. Okay, so the way markets work, they move from high volume node to high volume node. That's how it works. So when you're at a high volume node, once you leave it, you're going to go to the next high volume node. When either if you go up, you return to that node, or you go lower to the big boy. And if you go below that, you go to this one. That's how that works. You're either consolidating or trending in a market. That's all you can do. All right? Again, hopefully that was clear and I'm making sense. Now, let's go back to the Qs and we'll do our game plan. Scenarios. All right. We got to start with that bear. All right. We got to start with the bear. Okay. Remember, I said this area really is defense for sellers. High volume node here. We're below ultimate balance. Okay. You want to see this defended by sellers. Okay. We got our weak low, 198.77 right here. Lines up with value area low from yesterday. You break that, you're going to go lower. And I told you that 197 right here is probably the target. So what could happen? I want to see what we do if we move up into this high volume node. And I need to see acceptance. Okay? Acceptance would mean holding up in here. If it even does this and does this, that's bearish. Lower high, we are going to go down. You got liquidity now. You got longs from the lows. You're going to take them out. Okay. Test this weak low, 198.77. Now, this is a bearish scenario. If we take that out, we are revisiting yesterday's lows, 198.18. Take that out, we're going to go right to 197. That is a high volume node. That's the one I just pointed out. If you take that out, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. That's what I'm looking for on the short side. Now, as far as the long side, we broke a big time demand zone that was here. That's been broken yesterday. Okay, that's broken. All right, so on the long side, you have to defend here, 198.77. This right here. Bulls need to step up here. Okay, so what happens if we do something like go down here? If we do this, come down here, and all of a sudden, ooh, market's not that weak. Lower high, lower high. I think we could make it up to here. I don't, like I said, structure wise is set up for bears right now, but you'd have to go up and find acceptance in here and to go back to ultimate balance. Okay, because if we're down here, that is not going to be a bullish sign. Okay, now don't get me wrong. If we do something like this and rip down there, hit this demand and pop up, what do I think we can do? You can get a little relief bounce, but it's not very bullish. Okay, so you could tell today, am I really like looking for longs? It depends, obviously, but no. Okay, so that is it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. All right, got some golden nuggets out of it. I went into detail. All right, all right. So join me if you're new. Subscribe. All right, if you're new, subscribe for me. All right, set an alert. Now, hopefully, TikTok approves this video that I couldn't. Go to my YouTube short. Go to my YouTube shorts. It's there. The new video, the window dressing end of quarter trade. It was an awesome trade. It's educational. Okay. I use footprint, ultimate balance. I think it's an awesome video. On TikTok, just flagged it. It's annoying. All right. Go check it out. All right. Smash that like button for me. Smash it, smash it. All right. Now, you can also follow me on Twitter at Gonzo71. I also posted on Twitter, so you can go there too. All right. But of course, TikTok is where I get most of my traction. Gonzo719 Trader. Check out all my other videos. I just need this appeal that they're. I know why. All right, not to get long-winded about it. I used a song that I used in a past video, and what I've noticed is if you do anything similar, music, anything similar, they flag it and they don't let you. They feel like it's a copy. That's kind of annoying. But that's it, folks. All right. Everybody have a great day. All right. It's here in Jersey. It's sunny today, right? So far. So, and have a great day. All right. We got our plan. I'm really liking it today. All right. The volatility should be back. Everybody have a great day. Stay green. No trade is trade. And you'll see me again tomorrow morning.